Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into a critical issue that affects us all in this digital era: massive identity theft. We'll be exploring its causes, the serious consequences it brings, and most importantly, how we can protect ourselves with effective prevention strategies. Let's get started on understanding this complex challenge and what steps we can take to combat it. Identity theft is when someone uses your personal information without permission, like your name, social security number, or financial details, to commit fraud. This has become a major concern around the world, especially as digital technology continues to advance. Every year, millions of people fall victim to identity theft, which puts their privacy, finances, and overall security in jeopardy. Online platforms and digital transactions, while convenient, have also created more opportunities for criminals to access and misuse sensitive information. Essentially, identity theft threatens not only your personal data, but also your financial stability and safety. It's important to understand these risks so we can better protect ourselves. Massive identity theft occurs when large numbers of people's personal information are compromised all at once. This isn't just about one or two individuals being affected. Rather, it involves hundreds, thousands, or even millions of victims simultaneously. What sets massive identity theft apart from individual cases is that it usually results from major data breaches or well-coordinated cyber attacks, rather than isolated incidents. The impact can be far-reaching, often crossing national borders and affecting vast populations. The consequences are severe, causing widespread financial losses and damaging the reputations of both individuals and organizations. Finally, the scale and complexity of these events make them much more challenging to manage compared to smaller, more targeted identity theft attempts. When we look at the causes of massive identity theft, there are several key factors at play. First, data breaches at organizations that store personal information are a major source. When these databases are compromised, criminals gain access to a wealth of sensitive data. Phishing attacks are another common cause, where people are tricked into revealing their login details or other personal info. Weak or reused passwords pose a serious risk as well, since they make it easier for unauthorized users to break in. Additionally, insider threats from employees or contractors who have legitimate access, but misuse, it can also lead to significant breaches. Moving on to the methods criminals use, social engineering is a popular tactic. This involves manipulating victims into giving up information rather than hacking directly. Cyber hacking remains a key method too, where attackers exploit security gaps in systems. They often take advantage of software vulnerabilities, especially in systems that haven't been patched or updated, which provides them with an easy entry point. Ultimately, it's the combination of these causes and methods that allows criminals to efficiently acquire large volumes of personal data. Each factor reinforces the others, creating a perfect storm that facilitates massive identity theft on a large scale. Recognizing how these elements interact is essential in developing effective defenses. When someone becomes a victim of identity theft, the consequences can be quite severe. First, there are the financial losses that come from fraudulent transactions or loans taken out in the victim's name. These unauthorized activities can drain bank accounts or rack up debt quickly. Beyond the immediate financial hit, identity theft can seriously damage a person's credit rating. This damage makes it difficult to obtain new credit, like loans or credit cards, because lenders see the credit history as risky. Another challenge victims face is legal complications. They often have to deal with resolving fraudulent claims or debts they didn't create, which can be a long and stressful process. On top of financial and legal troubles, identity theft also causes significant emotional distress. Knowing that your privacy has been invaded and that fraud is ongoing can be very upsetting. Finally, recovering from identity theft isn't quick or easy. It requires constant vigilance and time to fully restore your identity and get back to normal. Understanding these consequences highlights just how important it is to protect personal information. Let's look at some recent high-profile cases of massive identity theft. First, the Yahoo data breach that occurred between 2013 and 2014 compromised a staggering 3 billion accounts. This breach exposed not only email addresses but also passwords and security questions, putting a vast number of users at risk. Then, in 2017, The Equifax breach shook the industry by revealing personal data of over 147 million people. This included highly sensitive information like social security numbers and birth dates, which are crucial to protecting one's identity. Beyond these two, there have been other significant incidents affecting millions more, highlighting persistent vulnerabilities in how large organizations protect data. Together, these examples show just how extensive and damaging identity theft can be on a massive scale. To protect yourself from identity theft, start by using strong, unique passwords for all your accounts and make sure to update them regularly. This simple step significantly reduces the chances of someone guessing or cracking your password. Next, enable two-factor authentication whenever you can. This adds an extra layer of security by requiring a second form of verification beyond just your password. It's a powerful way to keep unauthorized users out. Also, keep a close eye on your bank and credit accounts by monitoring them frequently. Spotting any unusual or suspicious activity early can prevent further damage and help you act quickly. Be cautious with email links and attachments. Phishing scams often try to trick you into revealing personal information. If something looks off or unexpected, it's best not to click. Finally, practice secure browsing habits. Avoid doing sensitive transactions like online banking over public Wi-Fi networks, since these can be vulnerable to hackers intercepting your data. By following these steps consistently, you can significantly lower your risk of identity theft and keep your personal information safe. When it comes to combating identity theft, both organizations and governments have important roles to play, working together to protect individuals and data. First, they share the responsibility of implementing strong cybersecurity measures, like advanced encryption and protocols, to safeguard sensitive information. Equally important is enforcing data protection laws and compliance standards to ensure everyone meets the necessary requirements. Educating the public is another critical aspect. People need to understand the risks and learn practical steps to protect themselves. Finally, when a data breach happens, it's essential to respond quickly and transparently. Cooperation between all parties, including organizations, governments, and other stakeholders, is key to minimizing the impact and building greater resilience against future threats. As we look to the future, several important trends and challenges are shaping the landscape of cybersecurity. First, the rise of artificial intelligence is enabling fraudsters to carry out increasingly sophisticated attacks, making it harder to detect and prevent fraudulent activities. At the same time, cybercrimes are becoming more complex and frequent, especially those targeting personal data, which raises significant concerns about privacy and security. On the regulatory front, we're seeing continuous development of data privacy laws designed to protect individuals and organizations. This evolving legal environment means that everyone needs to stay informed and compliant. Because of these rapid changes, maintaining vigilance and being willing to adapt is crucial for both individuals and businesses to stay secure. Finally, addressing these emerging challenges isn't something any one entity can do alone. It requires coordinated efforts across industries and innovative approaches to security strategies. Collaboration and creativity will be key in overcoming the threats that lie ahead. Massive identity theft is one of the most serious and rapidly growing threats we face today, impacting millions of people around the world. To effectively combat this issue, it's crucial that we understand not only its scale, but also the root causes behind it. On a personal level, implementing strong protection measures can make a real difference in safeguarding our information. Equally important is the role of organizations and governments, which must work together to support and enforce security initiatives. Ultimately, staying informed and vigilant is essential for all of us. We all share a collective responsibility to protect privacy and security as we navigate an increasingly digital world.